but we do have that complaint that's coming up against Sergeant Menard. And I'm going to be giving that female sergeant a little award. Not like
Let's
an
ask them
award.
how they feel about that. Y'all see how y'all feel about this, okay?
Yeah,
Let's
what's
ask.
your opinion on this?
First of
Should
all, she
we
started out with a plaque. I said, hell no. But let's go ahead. Let Amanda say this.
Well, part of what I want to show on my channel, I want to expose corruption, and I want to compliment those who respect our rights. And I really feel like that female sergeant respected our rights the other night. And I want to print her out something like, hey, thank you for honoring your oath that night. Thank you for respecting our rights to be there, respecting our First Amendment rights to the free press. And thank you for being professional and speaking out against an officer that you felt was not doing his job adequately. Like, that means a lot to me, because she could have just rode with a thin blue line and just
Right.
arrested us. And I think that part of the Winnie community, we should compliment those that respect our rights and educate those that do not. So I wanted to,
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see what
so
the chat's saying.
let me
I
check the chat.
I tell you, see, they're saying no. I told her it's too much. It sounds like a good idea, but let me tell you why it's too much. There's several reasons. One, she did her job, and I appreciate that she done her job. B, we don't know nothing about her past. We don't know how she is every day. Yeah, I appreciate what she did that night. She did her job, and I always want to showcase good officers too. But I'd be damned if we should go in there and giving her a damn award for doing her job right one time. I don't know, Amanda. Hey,
Well,
Helene.
let's judge
Helene,
her on her performance that night. Let's
that
try to
night.
judge her on that.
Like, if
And
you want to give her a little piece of paper, that's something, but I wouldn't do more than that. And I don't know. Thank you, Helene.
okay.
Um, it's just, I really want to compliment her. Yeah. And I would like to, yeah. And there are other people who are saying you're going to expose her. You see what I'm saying? They're saying you're going to, like, make her cop friends look down on her. Do you see what
Oh, I
I'm
mean,
saying?
you think it'll stir the
The
pot up
chat. That's what the
a little
chat is
bit?
saying. Do you want your other phone so you can read the chat?
Yeah, let me get my
Because,
other phone.
well, I'll meet you halfway.
Okay.
We'll meet in the middle. You ever heard that song?
Why don't you just meet me in the middle?
That's not the way I remember it going. I remember we'll meet in the middle. Okay, now let's see what the chat says. I mean, yeah, I'm very proud of the job she did that night. But in reality, he sent her out there, and she did leave us there. You know, hey, thank you, D. Johns. Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you for being here. Hey, Teddy. Hey, I'm waving. People can actually see me wave this time. I'm usually waving at the camera, and I don't even have the camera on. I don't know, guys. I mean, yes, the lady did a good job, but I just, and then I also wonder, is people going to think, well, I mean, what are people, I mean, I know Amanda shouldn't care what people think about her, but people judge us on one interaction too. And if they see you awarding a cop, I don't know. I don't know.
I really don't give a shit because
I know you
sorry,
don't. You can't give a
excuse
shit
me
what people
for
think.
my language, but we got to recognize what's real. We have to, it can't always be bad. We have to show the good encounters
I
too,
know.
because there are
And
some good people out there. I know
I
it in my
know.
heart.
And I'm proud of what she did that night. There a lot of people said there was 4 brave women there that night, and there was, and I'm proud of her. But I'm just kind of conflicted over this one. Maybe if you want to just give her, like I said, like a little piece of paper. But then some people are saying you'll blow her spot up. I don't know, Amanda. I'm conflicted,
I
but we'll
think
do
it's
whatever you
just
want to do.
something to like for me to just say, thank you
Thank
for
you.
not backing the
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah.
Thank you for not being biased. Thank you for doing the right thing. And that's it.
Yeah. There's
Keep it
nothing wrong with that.
simple.
Keep it simple,
That's it.
stupid. That's what my husband said. They
Yep.
say in the restaurant, but it's kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Hey, let's see who else we had in here. I seen somebody. Sci-fi. Hi. Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. Meet the people. He must have dropped off. He's back. Hey, meet the people. Thanks for coming back. What happened to you, buddy?
Hey, I have no idea. This is kind of new to me.
Oh, okay. Well, you're
Same
doing
here.
good. Yeah.
But
I get it.
I did want to kind of touch on what you guys were just talking about there about showing good cops and bad cops.
Okay.
I can see both sides where there's no such thing as a good cop because they don't report on bad cops.
Mm.
It kind of all refers me back to the Milgram experiment, where good genuine people could do bad.
That experiment, if you're talking about the Stanford one,
The Milgram experiment.
is that the one where they did the shocks on people?
Yes.
Okay, that was I think that one was tainted, and the Stanford study was tainted. They later found out, so you might want to go re-research those.
What do you mean by tainted?
They wasn't. They found out later on that like there wasn't like the subjects wasn't really like blind subjects and stuff. And
Okay, so they knew a little bit more than they said they did.
yeah, that just
Okay.
came out
All
on
right.
both of those like in the last couple of years. Yeah, but I
Well,
still think that if that study would have been done right, I still think that it got the same or near same results. So a lot of people will go with whatever the crowd does, regardless if it's right or wrong. And then we're talking about these people, their jobs at stake, their livelihoods at stake. So I kind of understand their side of it. But I also know I couldn't sleep at night if I did the stuff they did. Thank you, Brian, for wishing me a happy birthday.
It's a hard
well,
subject. It
It
really
is.
is,
It
but I
really
want to
is.
judge her on that night
Well, that night she did
specifically.
good. And she stood up for herself that night, too. And told him, you don't have to talk to me that way.
Don't use that tone with
Tone
me,
with
liar.
me. Yeah. It would have been funny if she had said, you're a liar to him. Hey, she could be one of your fans. Wouldn't that be nice?
I've heard I have fans in all the weird places.
I wouldn't doubt it. Well,
Give
that's
you
good.
the extra Mr. Clean shine here.
Yeah, at least it does do that for you. Yeah, gives you the clean shine. Yeah, I like that. Man, my
So
arm's hurting. I slept on it wrong last night. It's been killing me all day.
I
There
wanted to
she
ask some
is.
feedback and about the about the officer doing a really good job. And again, it's not 100%, but in my world, listen, I'll just be happy when a cop does a little bit of the right thing. The only thing I can do is along the line is and as much as a pain in the ass as I am with these officers, and I'm very demanding and with what I would expect after 2 years of the crap that I've been going through. Even if they gave me 2%, 3% of goodness, and I'm still happy for that. And I know in this specific case, and between what these girls went through, and all use added so much value into this specific situation. But it's always just good, just a little bit, and just acknowledging this, and when an officer is just doing a little bit right, and so for me, this reward, and that after Amanda would offer and wouldn't necessarily give her a free pass, but more in the sense instead of actually kind of encouraging someone to this, and Justice really stepped up the next day and the next day after that.
Right. So you think it's a good idea?
A really good cop,
I hope so. I would like to look into her past and into her future. I hope she really is a good cop.
Yeah, but that's my
And I
thing,
hope
though.
you're saying we should encourage them to do good. We should give them incentive to go good. Is that what you're saying?
Well, they should be incentive, ladies, and already with their paycheck. Obviously,
but that's not working though.
Who's getting paid to really
with
make
their
sure
oath that they take.
Their oath, their paycheck.
They're getting really good pay. They get good benefits. They get a lot more that we have. I consider it like the 9.2 version of our rights. We have the First Amendment. They have this in the 9.2 point version of it. They can get away with so much shit, and it takes us. How many decades of this to even get something this as simple and this has our rights reestablished and this and corrected? But ultimately, this for what I saw in this video, I actually love the fact that she stood her ground. Clearly, there was a past between her and this specific officer. That you guys weren't the only ones entitled to his weirdness and his bullying and his antagonism.
Right. I think it's been going on.
exactly what I told Amanda, you know, and you know, she at some point, and I don't want to say that it was just a development for that one night kind of thing, but I'm pretty sure with what I saw in this and that this sour taste and has been around for quite some time.
And not just with her either. I think it's with other people too, because that one guy's like, I'm with her tonight.
But yeah, I think all of
I
them
work
though.
for her.
The
Yeah.
fact that, you know, even if they're divided, and even if you didn't get 100% of what you wanted out of that situation, the fact that she was able to say no and know that
Right.
people were just gonna go walk, because I mean that officer literally went around trying to fist bump, and you know, and if you didn't notice this, and he went ahead and started fist bumping everyone who was black with the hopes of getting that support.
Yeah, I see it. I noticed it. And that's that one guy. Really he was asking that guy, oh, he wasn't really asking, are you going to stay here? He was basically, once you hear it on the body cam, say, oh, you working for somebody tonight. By him fist bumping, though, it's making everybody else think that he was saying, oh, stay with me. And the guy was saying, yeah, I'm with you, brother, too. You understand?
And you know what I got from that? I was like, okay, like you're just trying to set up your other officers and send for these dummy mission. And you know, all the feedback and prior to that, like all the experience and everything they would have went through, and again, clearly they had an established relationship, and of all this, and you know, animosity and whatever was going on behind the scenes. But any one of those other officers could have easily chosen to sit back and just follow along, you know, and follow that very blue line. But you know, not only were they encouraged in the sense of literally follow their command and leave the situation to this end, but they were also realizing that they just wasn't going to be placed in a predicament of being looked at even worse than where he was. So I'm honestly glad that she had that power to just whistle, and they all just left, and he was just pretty much left his own devices. And if he was going to do anything stupid after that, it would have been something he would have had to done on his own, you know. And I thought that she was kind of expecting it, and she was hoping. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually on Ackerman's page. And this is going to be one of those moments I told Ackerman, you said, like, hey, you know, who's to say that she didn't take this video and actually give it to her, you know, supervisor or her chief, and just to add it to this guy's file, you know, with the hopes of maybe just kind of getting rid of him.
And that's why we're going to definitely file the report. There was reasons why I didn't want to do it last night. You know, I